Hello, this is your girl Tanya Johnson Jones, and I am here to encourage you. Today, I want to challenge you. My topic on today is taking responsibility for your actions. And I'll tell you a little story about myself. At the age of 15, I found myself pregnant, and I wasn't prepared. I guess no one is ever prepared for a child, but at the age of 15, you're very much less than prepared. And so I spent 8 months carrying that child. I birthed that child and I held that child in my hands. And I realized that now I have to take care of that child. And I spent a couple of months, maybe a year, trying to get that child's father to take responsibility for his part in that baby, financially, emotionally, be a father, be a man, help me, pampers, milk. And what I realized is, in me constantly going after him, trying to get him to take responsibility for his actions, I wasn't taking responsibility for mine. So I decided one day at the age of 15 that I had this child. I laid down, and no, I didn't do it by myself, but I did lay down, and that this child deserved nothing but the best. I have a big heart for children, and I feel like they didn't ask to be here. And so she didn't ask to be here. So it was my job, because I had a part in that decision as well. So I decided that I was going to woman up. They say man up. I decided I'm a woman up. I'm a woman up. I'm going to do what I got to do, and I'm going to take care of this child. And that's exactly what I did. And I stopped trying to make somebody else take responsibility for their actions, and I took responsibility for my own. And today I'm much better off for it. My daughter is much better off for it, and life is good. Now she's 23-year-old now, and she's graduated college, and she's on her way to an acting career. And I would have to say that a lot of that is because I stood up. I was a woman, and instead of 18 years begging him to give me some money for Pampers, give me some money for milk, help me take care of her, you need to pay for college, help me buy a car, I did it. I made the mistake. I stood up as a woman, and I did it. And a lot of times that's where us as women, we become very strong women, because we look and our back is against the wall and we have no choice. We either do it or we succumb to the government and let them control our lives. Let them decide how much we're going to eat and how much we can go to school. And so I decided at the age of 15 years old to take responsibility for my actions. Now I'm here today to encourage you and to challenge you. Every decision that you make in life is going to come with a repercussion and a consequence. So I want you to take every decision that you make in your life, and I want you to look at the repercussions and the consequences of that decision and see if you can handle it. And as long as you can handle the repercussions and the consequences of the decisions that you made, then I promise you, you're going to be very well off. Life is going to be good for you. And when I say handle it, I don't mean turn to your mom and say, Mom, I spent all my money and my rent need to be paid. Can you give me the money? That's not you being responsible. I'm not saying you're older now and you have a child and your child is well off and you say, well, I had you, I think you should take care of me. No, that's not you being responsible. If you don't pay your bills in time, your credit is not going to be good. If your credit is not good, you're not going to be able to get a car. You're not going to be able to get a house. And you're not going to be able to do the things that you need to do in life for yourself or for your children with bad credit. So make sure that when you make these decisions to buy a car that you can't afford, that you're ready to take on the consequences and the repercussions of doing so. Trying to keep up with the Joneses. Make sure when you get into this relationship with a married man and you make a mistake and you get pregnant, that you're ready to deal with the repercussions and the consequences that come along with doing that. And you're not only making it bad for you, but you're also making it bad for that unborn child. And I can go on and on and on with lots of examples. A lot of times people will pay for everything that they want in life, and then they'll turn to somebody else that's doing well off and ask them to pay for the things that they need. And I'm here to tell you to make every decision based on, can I deal with the consequences of this? Can I deal with the repercussions of this? And if you live your life in that type of way, and you're looking at the man or the woman in the mirror, and you're making a great decision, and you know you can deal with the consequences, I'm here to tell you that you're going to have a better life because of it. Don't expect anybody to do anything for you. Now, when you're a child and you're at a child's age, no, you're dealing with repercussions and consequences that maybe your parents or your grandparents made. But once you become of the age where you're able to make a decision for yourself, then those repercussions and those consequences are all on you. For me, that age was 15 years old. I decided to lay down. I was unprotected. I got pregnant. Guess what? I stood up. I got a job. Worked 2 jobs through high school. I took care of my child. So I'm here to tell you, you do it. You do it. You stand up. You take responsibilities. You fix the mistakes that you made. Don't expect nobody else to do it. You do it. And when you do it, you'll become a better person for it. Your life will be blessed before it. Your children will be blessed for it. Your grandchildren will be blessed for it. I could have spent my whole life trying to get him to be responsible. I could have spent my whole life focusing on, won't you do it? You need to get me some money. You need to pay for this milk. You need to help me get a car. But no, I let him go about his life. You do what you got to do. This is my child. I had her. I carried her. I birthed her. I'ma do it. And that's exactly what I did. And so in this life, you just need to realize that even when the decisions you make at a young age come back and haunt you at an older age, don't come up with no excuses. Don't point fingers and don't blame. Look at the man or the woman in the mirror and say, you know what? I made that decision back then. I need to stand up and face the decision that I made, and I need to deal with the consequences and the repercussions that are coming at me now, even though it was 5 years ago. The world would be a much better place if people took responsibilities for their action. We have so many people in this world that come up with excuses, why this and why that, and just trying to pull the blame off of them. They're just trying to defend themselves. But if more people say, what part did I take in this situation? What did I do? Even with the election. So many people complaining and upset and mad and heartburn because Trump. And then you ask them if they vote, they say no. You deal with it. You did have a part in that. You didn't do anything about it. So guess what? Deal with what you got. You. Everything in this world is on you. And if you stood up and you took responsibility and you acted like it was on you, you would make a better decision. And your life would be better because of it. So I'm just here to motivate, inspire, and encourage you to you do it. Make a better decision. You be responsible for the actions. Stop blaming others and stop looking for other people to bail you out of the situations that you created. You created that mess. Why should I have to deal with it? My burden's heavy by themselves. I don't need to carry yours. Your mama don't need to carry yours. Your baby mama don't need to carry yours. Your auntie that's rich don't need to be paying for the mistakes that you made in life, because the only way that you're going to stand up and be adult and be better and do better is if you do it. I'm going to get off my soapbox, but do what your pocketbooks can handle. If you're going to get a car that you can afford to pay for. Don't get a car that you can afford to make the payments on, but as soon as something go wrong with the car, now you ain't got the money to pay for it. Now you're going to turn around and ask somebody else for the money. That's not their responsibility. It's yours. It's yours, not theirs. So don't go out here making mistakes, making decisions off of emotions and not being able to stand up and deal with the consequences of those decisions. So I'm going to keep this short. This is your girl, Tanya Johnson Jones, and I'm here to challenge you to take responsibility of the decisions that you make in life. Financially, emotionally, physically, you make sure that you're able and willing to take responsibilities for those decisions, and your life will be better. Your children's life will be better. Your grandchildren's life will be better. This is your girl, Tanya Johnson Jones, and I am here to motivate, encourage, and inspire you. And every now and then, I'm going to challenge you. Thank you, and God bless.